So it's not quite Halloween yet, but our next guests are in the business of spooky. Adam Shefts is the founder of the Northeast Paranormal Investigations Society and is joined by Mark Ferrulli, the co-director. Nice to have you guys here. Welcome to Connecticut Style.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So Adam, you started this society. I think why? Let's start with that. Is this a hobby of yours?
It is a hobby. We do it mostly pretty much on the weekends. I've always been interested in history and the paranormal, and same for Mark. And we tried to figure out how can we bring the two together. And so what we started doing is we formed this team, Northeast Paranormal Investigations Society, in 2009, even though we've both been investigating before then. And we work with historical properties all across the Northeast. And what we do is we conduct paranormal investigations of their historic properties.
So are these haunted?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Some of these properties have no claim of paranormal activity, but that's not to say there is no activity there. So we go in, we conduct investigations with all the equipment we have, DVR systems, mini DV cameras, all kinds of...
Night vision too, right?
Night
you're
vision,
saying?
yeah, night vision, energy meters. And what we do is after the investigation's over, we then conduct a presentation for that historical society.
I see.
This brings public awareness to the property. The Historical Society can charge for admission if they wish to.
Oh, sure.
And they would keep all the profits, which they can use for renovation purposes, program funding, whatever they need the money for.
That makes a lot of sense.
So it's really, we're trying to document history through way of paranormal investigations.
I like the sound of that. Now, Mark, it's not just you two.
No. We have a whole team. We have about 6 people on the team. We all do investigations. We usually do them on Saturday nights. So...
Seems like it'd be a lot of fun. I mean, do you get freaked out ever, though?
We do.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of a scare factor there once in a while when you don't expect something to happen, that happens.
Right. All right, well, you have some video that you brought with you, so let's take a look at that, and you can describe what we're looking at.
Sure.
Fanny, my name is Adam.
Okay, so this is in Phelps Tavern.
Fanny, my name is Adam.
Okay.
And I am in this room, Fanny Phelps' bedroom, and I'm introducing myself. Fanny, my name is Adam.
Fanny, my name is Adam.
And there is a response.
You could actually hear it.
You can actually hear
My
it.
name is Adam.
Responsive, I know.
I just heard it right there.
Fanny, my name is Adam.
Wow. That wasn't anybody else in the room, like you checked, it was just you, and that was Fanny responding?
He was in there by himself.
Wasn't anybody else. Whether it really is Fanny responding or another spirit, that's hard to determine.
How did they know it was you? I mean, I guess we'll never know, but...
Oh, because we had done a previous investigation of this property, and I had gone into the same room and introduced myself the first time we investigated here. So this was captured the second time.
Okay, well, let's see our clip number 2, because that was pretty compelling.
Clip number 2 is at the Deacon John Grave House in Madison, Connecticut. Now, if you look in the left-hand corner, you'll see a shadow moving over a mannequin.
Yes, I do see that.
And
what is that?
We tried to recreate that for hours and hours on another visit. We cannot recreate it. That flash you just saw was an investigator sitting on the floor taking pictures, and he did not see that.
So nobody
image.
was walking by? And
No, you would be able to see them if they were, because that was the only way any shadows would be created. They'd have to walk right in front of that camera.
That's a little freaky. Now, were you there? You noticed it, or you take this back and you do some...
We take all the evidence back home, all the material. We go through it. It takes about a week to go through everything, 2 weeks sometimes. And that's when we notice a lot of what was captured.
Is this?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at one more video clip here.
Okay, the Butler McCook house in Hartford, Connecticut. This was set up in the dining room. Now, if you look to the left side of the screen, you'll see an orb moving erratically.
Oh my gosh. That wasn't a flashlight?
That wasn't a flashlight. Now,
come on,
the biggest difference between dust and an orb is a legitimate orb has a sense of purpose in its flight pattern. Where dust would just trickle down, it would be very transparent. Orbs will give off their own light, which this one is doing.
Yeah.
It's moving with a sense of purpose, almost like it's checking out the the camera, staying at the very edge of it. And I often wonder if the camera was turned a little more to the left,
what we would have seen, right?
would the whole orb have been in that shot?
You guys should go back there and do it again, right?
You should.
All right, we have some pictures that you also brought with you, which are really just as impressive here. All right,
this was
the shadow?
This was Phelps Tavern again.
Yeah.
We were talking in one of the rooms to the brothers.
Elijah and Noah Phelps were brothers who were involved in capturing Fort Ticonderoga during the American Revolution for the Americans. They lived in this home. So we tried to communicate with either one of the brothers and bring up their history in their involvement in the war. just as we started talking about this war, that shadow appeared.
Yep, and I took
Wow.
back-to-back pictures as Adam was asking the questions, and we couldn't recreate that shadow in any kind of way. It just came up
It was
and
just
never
there, huh?
happened again. And we tried to make the same shadow, and we couldn't do it. So
Wow. All right, let's take a look at our last picture, and you can describe. Now, is that maybe fog on the lens, or no? What do you think?
This is in Jonathan Posco's restaurant. There's
Oh, in
an
East Windsor, right?
yeah, East Windsor. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a, believe it or not, there's an investigator sitting behind this
Wow.
fog, completely blocked out. Staff say that they do see a lady in white walking on the second floor from room to room. Whether this is the lady in white, we don't know, but we did capture this energy that is blocking out this investigator.
Wow, and you really couldn't create that again if
We
you
could not
tried.
no,
Great
not
that.
at all.
Wow, that's some interesting stuff. I'm a little freaked out, guys.
Uh,
But this is cool because you have some upcoming visits where people can come and see
Yes.
you. Let's put the information up on the screen. The Northeast Paranormal Investigations Society, you're going to be making stops at some local libraries. You can find, you guys have a website?
yes, it's northeastparanormal.org.
Pretty easy. You're going to be in Meriden, October 8th. You're going to be in North Haven on the Rec Center on the 27th, Cheshire Historical Society on October 28th, and then the Wallingford Public Library on October 30th.
And
Probably worth checking out.
RSVP information and all will be on the website as
Great.
well.
Sounds awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Coming up next, if you love peanut butter, you are going to love the cookies we're making today. We're heading into the kitchen with Abby Dodge when Style returns.